Made it out of the made it out of the rut.
But who all wants to do some order of operations tests or quizzes or questions? Okay, it looks like a lot of you guys want to do it. All right, cool. So this is something I should probably think of some cool like planned out ones in the future, but let's test this out and see how this looks. So with the order of operations, guys, let's go to a different chart. Y'all been looking at SPY all day. Y'all probably tired of looking at that shit. Let's look at. Okay, let's look at this one because it failed. All right, so. And how? Be quick. Be honest, real quick. Before I start, what do y'all use to get into your trade? And let me give you some context first, so you know how to answer. Personally, when I scalp, I go from the 5 minute to the 1 minute. Like a lot of the time, I'm looking at this time frame, and I'm like, okay, this is breaking down. I like this, or oh wow, this is breaking over. Let me see if I get a retest. Then I switch to that 1 minute, right? And then I'm like, okay, cool, yeah, there was a short-term retest here. It made a new high. It tried to hold. This is clearly the base. It failed under right here. And then from there, that's basically where bears took over from. They held here under the base. They broke under both levels. They rejected the old base, just like we talked about. And then they made the confirmation right here. That's when we know, okay, bears are in complete control again. All of this move that just went up is now invalidated. What time frames do you guys go from? Or what time frames do you actually trade on? Because I actually trade on the 1 minute when I scalp. Sometimes you look at other time frames first, sometimes you don't, but the 1 minute is basically where I end up every time. And then when I swing trade, I'm only looking at the daily time frame. Those are the two main styles of trading that I take. Day trading, of course, is the same as scalping except longer trades. So scalping is basically the same thing as day trading is how I should put it, except quicker. But real quick, what do you all use? The 2 and the 5, nice. 5 to the 1, daily 35 1, 5 and 1, 5 and 1, 1 to 5 in 10 minutes if 5 minute doesn't tell me enough. Okay, that's good. You're going out the other way. I like that. Zooming out to see what's there, not having tunnel vision. Alright, cool. Alright, so. I'm trying to think about this the right way. Okay, so let's do this. I think I have it right. So, if we opened up here, and remember, when we're talking about order of operations after the fact, I'm pretty much just going to be speaking in theoretical the whole time, because it's not really fair for me to be like, you guys should have known to buy calls here and hold it to 201.59. I don't know how you didn't know that. Like, it's so easy to say that now because it's after the fact. So when you look at this stuff in this way, please be as realistic as possible, which I know in some scenarios is impossible, it's hard, but try your best. But let's say in the terms of order of operations, we have our close down here, we have our higher open, we see price holding right here, right? We see price holding right here. So from that point, if I see any breaks, which it actually did, or holds over, that should give me more confidence, right? I should have more confidence in taking trades, not just going, oh, it's today's open, but also seeing today's low, seeing the bigger time frame level, just seeing all this stuff line up. We had a higher open. So in terms of us going from here to here, am I bullish or bearish? Bullish or bearish? These are going to be how you answer all these questions. Bullish or bearish? Am I bullish or bearish opening higher than the previous day? And remember, these are stacking confirmations. So if I find 8 things in a row that tell me bulls, well, then clearly we're probably going up. More than not, probability, we are going to go up. Right? All right, bull. All of you are saying bullish. Good job. So yes, that is correct. Bullish. Now, we dump down, we make our wick, we make a higher close. Over today's open. What are we from here? Bullish or bearish? I'll answer some harder ones here in a second. Or ask some harder ones here in a second. Jesus, I can't speak. What are we from this point? We had the higher open after the previous day close. We had a dip down. It held everything that was giving you probably a little bit of scare, a little bit of hesitation at the open. It's probably profit taking. People are scared. Money is scared. They get out. liquidation occurs, increased movement to the upside. Exactly. Mistakes are an opportunity to learn. Exactly. Exactly. Bullish. Extra bullish. That's a great answer. I like that. Extra bullish. Because, yes, we're already bullish. Now we're even more bullish. So now we have two things saying, all right, we're bullish. We get up to our next level here at 199.45 / 2. I believe this is pre-market high. I can't remember. But then you have 200 psychological, which, based on my watch list today, I was saying you should look for calls over this. So clearly, we got a little bit of a rejection, right? We got a little bit of a seller point here. They got a little wick here, and then they close lower again. What are we from here? Are we still bullish or bearish on the day? Or make sure you hear me correctly. On the day. So I don't mean, am I bearish right here and I'm going to scalp it here. No. On the day, are we still bullish or bearish? This is a good trick question. Let's see how many people I trick. Are you still bullish or have we flipped bearish? Remember, everything we are talking about is order of operations. Order of operations is really just getting the story of the chart in a row. We're just getting context, and we're using that context to give us a better outcome in the future. So we're not guessing. These are basically guesstimates, but high probable guesstimates. Yes, all of you got that correct. Thank God no one typed bearish. I'm so glad all of you typed bullish. If there is a God, he is looking down upon us right now, and he is smiling. Great job. Great answers. Great answers. Thank you. Thank you, everyone that answered bullish. God, I love you guys. All right, so we end up taking our dump under. I'm going to see if I get any more. Let's see if I can trick anyone still. So we end up getting price dumping lower, right? So we're under this candle, the high of it at least. We're under today's open. But we haven't broken the low. We haven't broken the little bit of information that we now have here. Remember, at this time, the information we have is saying that there is a support here still when we take this dump, right? So, from this candle, are we still bullish or have we flipped bearish? No in-between answers. Try to think of a scale in your head. 0 to 100. 0 being bearish, 100 being bullish. Every time we're still above a couple things, you're still going to be like 51, 52% bullish, 53% bullish. Anytime we have a couple going the other way, it's like you're a little bit under 50%. Try to think about it that way. So are we still bullish, or have we now miraculously flipped bearish? Please display your answers now. Let's see who has a big brain. I'd like to give you all a couple moments, so I'm sorry if I'm quiet. I give you all a couple moments to answer. Yes. All great answers. Bullish, still bullish. It's a higher low with continuation. Still bullish, but my scale rating has gone down a little. It's like 60-40 bullish. I agree. We are still bullish, but we have hints of seller pressure. Yes. Oh my God, yes. Okay, so now we have a higher low. We go up, we have another lower high. So really nothing has changed here still. We're still bullish above this low, basically. Right? We crack down. Okay, this now has changed a lot. This now broke structure, but it has still not broken our low of day. We are still bullish, but we're probably not touching calls for a second because we need to see buying pressure. At this point, you're probably like 50.5% bullish. Like you're a 0.5% hizzy from falling into the red territory. We are very, 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 very close from flipping, right? We all agree on that. I'm not going to ask y'all third repeat question in a row. Y'all have already answered it twice in a row now. Y'all understand that. We make a lower high. We get a wick. We get another lower high. And finally, we make a new low. Now, this is where I think I'm going to trick all of you. Or most of you. Maybe I won't at all. Are we bullish or bearish from this candle. Ignore all of this. I know it's impossible because we've already understood the outcome of this chart. But from this candle's point of view, where is the tipping point on that scale? Have we now flipped to under 50% and we're bearish now? Are we still over 50% and we're bullish? What are we? Who can tell me? If y'all get this right, I swear I will... I don't know. I'll do anything. Not anything, but you know what I meant. Please get this right. Prove me right. Prove to everybody you're the best. Remember, from this candle's point of view, let me do this. I can't trick y'all anymore. Y'all are just too damn smart. Yes, we are more bearish than bullish, but only slightly. Pretty much all of you gave a little bit of a hint of, yes, we're bearish, but... And then, you know, a good follow-up. But you could see, yes, we are bearish. We're under 196. We're under a new low of day. Yes, we have now flipped. We are definitely turning bearish. But what? And all of you said this perfectly. Starting to feel / lean bearish, sorry. Wait for next candle, but can be trapped, so wait. Sentiment bearish until we break and retest. Need more confirmation. All of you are saying this. Correct. So, are you wrong when you buy a put there? No. But do you understand your risk? Yes, now you do. Wait, before you didn't. Yes, you do now. Why do we call this a 40% entry? Because of this exact reason. It's the first sign that we've been given that, yes, this can dump. So whenever those fast dumps happen, where it drops from 196 all the way to 193 in one swift move, should we feel bad about not catching that move, considering the facts, considering the context of us seeing us hold pretty much over the lows all day until that one break, right? And it's a 40%. So should we be mad at ourselves if this dumps all the way and we don't catch it? No, we shouldn't, because that's not a high probability trade. Was it an amazing opportunity that could have made you a lot of money? Yeah, of course, every big move is. But they happen everywhere. And we need to only take the ones that we can calculate and the ones that we understand. So we don't need to be taking trades on random dumps, random pumps, right? We need to be taking them from good areas. And it's not luck. They will happen. So no, we should not feel bad whenever they dump like that. But let's get back to the order of operations. So we closed under. You guys all said we're bearish, but we need a little bit more information. Let's see what happens next. A close over happens. What do we know about that? What do we know about closing over levels that were just lost as support? What is the best bullish opportunity called? What do we call that? Or what do we know about it? We know that the best bullish opportunity comes from a failed bearish opportunity, and vice versa. The best bearish opportunity is going to come from the best failed bullish opportunity. So bears just missed out on initially taking their first control of the day. They've been working so hard just to have this chance. They finally get it. Then they lose it instantly. So what are we now? Are we just kind of bullish? Are we super bullish? Are we just really bullish, not as super bullish? We're just kind of, you know, bullish, but not super crazy about it. What are we? Are we bearish? What are we? What are we here? How bullish are we or bearish are we on this move? From this candle, what are we? What are we feeling? What are we thinking right now when we see this? Let me keep doing this so you guys don't have to see the rest of the chart. But from this, what are we thinking? What are we feeling? Remember, this happened here. Short-lived lower high. Failed and did not happen here. Another short-lived lower high. It just happened here again, but at a major level of the chart. So what are we? Yes, that is an inside bar, correct. 853. You are correct on that. That is an IB. Good eye. which is great pattern recognition because you're going to see, and that's kind of where I'm going next with this. Give me a second. Candlestick patterns, like you're going to see those at these areas. We're going to talk about that next, but let's keep on this. But yes, correct. Bullish out of the failed selling pressure. Bullish, waiting for confirmation. More bullish than before. Failed 40%. Still waiting for another candle. Waiting for confirmation like a higher low. Think bulls have more potential for the day. I'll be looking for my immediate target. But is there a wick on that candle? No, not really. On the green one, no. There's not really a wick at all. It just opened and then closed at where it where its low and high are. Sorry, I cannot speak English right now. But yes, you are all correct. Bullish. But I think some of you are misinterpreting. I might have finally tricked some of you. Yes, we are bullish, but we are very bullish. We are very bullish. Okay? Now I'm going to talk to you about this. This is going to probably throw some of you off. I'm sorry, but this is just how it works in my brain. So you know when we have a level here, and then we break out above it, and then we do this hidden retest, and those continue. And a lot of the time it's when you do a fib from the open range breakout to the high of that move, you see it went... Dude, I'm so good at randomly drawing those. Went down to the halfway point, golden pocket area, held it. So it didn't do the full retest. It didn't do a single candle retest. It did a midterm hidden retest, right? Now think about this. Delete this. Now it's the same thing as this. It's the same exact thing as that retest, that hidden retest I'm talking about. The reason you should be super bullish on this is because this was the one time the bears had an opportunity to finally take control of the trend of day based on how we look at it order of operation style. This is the first time where they had the chance to do it, right? So there's a lot of people probably betting on this going down. It's a new low of day. That's normally the most bearish thing we can see is a new low, right? But then we get a little bit of confusion here. The reason this is more bullish than bearish is this is called the failed 40% entry, aka the 90% entry. This is something that's been relatively new and brought up over the past couple months. It's something me and Leland have backtested a lot. But this is a very powerful entry because just like I explained before, the best bullish opportunity is going to be when bears fail, right? Because of what? Because of sentiment. Think about that. Sentiment. Does price move up and down based on money? Yes. And volume? Yes. But what is it really moving off of? Sentiment. So if 90% on the market are all in euphoric mode thinking we're going up, we're probably going to go up, right? So when those 10%, the 10% of those times that happen and it doesn't continue to go up, we're very bearish. Why is that? Because of the belief that we're going to keep going up. Because of the creation of liquidity. There's so much money sitting on the sidelines to move the stock price up and down that there's no way it could go down, right? So the 10% of the times that happens, it goes far. It does very well. It hits targets. It goes to high of day. It goes to low of day. Whatever the direction is at the time, of course. So that is why so much confidence is needed and seen when you see this kind of candle. When you see us break a new low and us retake it like that, that is very bullish. That is not just kind of bullish. That is very bullish. Because now they're keeping the sentiment still bearish because people are probably still thinking, oh, new lows, it's going to keep going. And then it doesn't. So now they've created liquidity for this to go up. So what are our targets after a failed 40% entry or a 90% entry? I'm like losing my breath every 5 seconds because I don't breathe when I talk. We have the lower highs, right? Just like in a trend change. Here, I'll do another cool picture. So in a trend change, we have a downtrend chart. These are candlesticks. Okay, we're going down. I know, amazing drawing. I'm the greatest artist ever. It holds support, blah, blah, blah. Holds a higher low than trend change. So we can see the trend change because of this trend line, right? We can see there's a clear lower high angle going downwards. And then they break it. They retest it. If you go from the open range break of where it breaks to the high of that move and it's holding the golden pocket and control point, then that is where you should be bullish from, right? You got your 40%, you got your 80%. Doesn't matter what kind of retest hits, you got your 80%, right? So that's the same thing we're looking for over here. Every time price goes up from this and it comes from here, you're targeting those lower highs. You're targeting those humps, those little hills, the peaks, right? So let's remove all that real quick. Oh, I got it. Okay, we did most of it. Oh my god. There we go. What was I saying? Oh, lower highs. So we're targeting the lower highs. So we're bullish from here, right? So what's our risk? Low of day. So let's say I get into a trade here. What's my risk? Low of day. That's pretty simple to think about. And you have context. You're not just someone approaching the chart and going, oh my god, green candle, I'm in. No, you're someone who has context because you've been sitting here telling the story of the chart all day long. So now you don't feel so bad of like, oh damn, I didn't take my first trade till 8:53 today. It took me 23 minutes to take my first trade. Whereas normally, I'm sure a lot of you guys take your trades in the first 10, 15 minutes. A lot of us do that in the beginning of our trading, and it's perfectly normal. Don't beat yourself up, but get it out of your system. A lot of the best setup trades happen because of what I just broke down, the sentiment change. It takes time to create sentiment. Creating the fact that we're probably falling. This probably made a lot of people think we're going to fall today. Yeah, we gapped up, but they're not thinking about like price like you and me are. They don't think in terms of order of operations. They're thinking in terms of how they feel. That's how most people trade, right? So the chart's looking like this. Most people are just going to genuinely think logically that this is going to go down. So when this happens, liquidity is created, and bam, big move, clean price action. Why do we get clean price action on this part of the chart, but then it looks like shit on this part of the chart? Can anybody tell me? The sentiment. This is them creating sentiment. This is them taking opportunity from the sentiment. They just tricked most people into thinking that's going down. It then goes up. That's why we didn't just hit target, we went past it. A thrust bullish candle, Josh? What is a thrust bullish candle? I'm just going off of terms I know. I don't know what that is. I can look it up if you want. Thrust bullish candle. Thrusting pattern, what is it? How it works. The long black candle followed by a white candle that closes near the midpoint of the black candle's body. The pattern is thought to act as a continuation pattern, but in reality it acts as a reversal pattern about half the time. Thrusting patterns are fairly common, don't necessarily result in large price moves, and are most useful when combined with other types of evidence. I guess this is that. Damn. Here's the image for that. But no, it doesn't look like this. You're not, it does like this right here says like it needs to close at a certain part of the candle. I didn't say that once. Like, you don't need to give a shit about where it closes. We just, the level is what matters. The level, like it closes above this, that's what matters to me. If there's a good candle here as well and it takes a good chunk of the previous candle, that's just more context for me to enjoy seeing this as a bullish confirmation even more so. Does that make sense? But yes, it looks like that's what you're talking about though, Alexis. It looks like that's pretty spot on. I've never heard of this candle. But as I've told you guys before, patterns, names, terms, definitions, these are things that are generational. Back in the day, they probably do call these thrusting candles. Back in the day, they probably called them something else. When the Japanese rice traders traded, they probably called it something completely different than that, right? And this is just what I call it. So it's not like I'm taking it from someone. It's not like I'm trying to recreate it. This is just what we've bumped into with our system, knowing what 40% entries are, 80% entries are, and then kind of stumbling into this with Leland. That's what we figured out from, and that's why we call it that. But that looks like it's on par with what you're seeing. So I'm not saying that's not what it is, but it's just generational, you know, everybody uses different terms, different definitions, different names, all that stuff. So that's probably why you're hearing me say that. But yes, that is exactly it. But yes, setting up the sentiment, and then you get the cleaner price action. So what is something we learned from this today, everybody? Is that maybe not every day, but a lot of the time, we are going to get a lot of better trades after some of the morning price action has already occurred. And it's because of that context given that we're able to make those better decisions, because we have more info to go off of, right? If I'm trading the first 10 minutes of the day, it's going to be very hard for me to take any trades with good context because I don't have any. It's only been 10 minutes. So every single time you guys see something, update it. Tell yourself, oh, hey, it just did this. Oh, hey, we're above today's open. Oh, we lost today's open. Oh, we still have low of day under us to worry about. After that, it's home free to the next day's levels, the previous day's level, sorry. Right? So just always tell yourself, where are we at? What have we broken? How much more bullish or bearish are we? And what's next? What's in front of us? Right? When you're driving on a road at night, do you have your headlights on? Answer that seriously. Yes, of course you would have your headlights on, because then you could see what's in front of you, right? And it's the same thing with this. If you're driving at night, or I'm sorry, if you're looking at the chart and you're trying to get into a trade, and it's only been 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 minutes in the day, you're kind of flying blind. There's not really much in front of you, because you don't have anything in front of you yet. It's just nothing. You don't have your lights on. There's just a bunch of fog. There's probably a concrete wall in front of you for all we know. But that is the order of operations. That is how you should look at this stuff. Thank you guys for answering and engaging so much on that. I was going to do more examples, but then I took forever on that one. But thank you guys for answering so much. That was awesome, because you guys answered perfectly every time. I honestly thought y'all were going to get it wrong when we got to this one. When I said, or no, this one. When I said this one, I honestly thought I was going to see someone type a wrong answer, which would have been fine. It's okay. We're learning. But I'm honestly shocked. Not a single one of you typed that. Not a single one of you said it. So I was like, all right, cool.